Okay, now that we have a nice overview of Power Editor, we are going to take a look and really show you why I prefer building my campaigns and ads in Power Editor over Ads Manager. So if we click Create a Campaign, you're going to see that you're able to actually enter your campaign name, as opposed to on Ads Manager. Facebook tells you what your campaign name is going to be, even though you can still edit it. So let's type in test clicks to website. So I just abbreviate clicks to website with CTW. Here in this drop down, you do have all of the campaign objectives that you do in Ads Manager here. So here we have the web conversions. In Power Editor, they list boost post as page post engagement, and promote your page as page likes. So I mentioned previously some different verbiage. That's what those are. Product catalog sales is a little different animal. That actually is if you actually have a full catalog of products on your website that you want to import into a campaign, you can do that there. But we're going to stick with the ones we've covered: clicks to website, website conversions, page post engagement, and page likes. Now I'm not going to go through and build every single one like I did for Ads Manager, because here pretty soon you'll see that it's similar once you kind of start flowing through the process. The other thing is I always leave this to auction. I let Facebook do the bidding for me. Click create right there, and that's all you need to do at the campaign level. Next, you'll come over to ad sets, and we're going to create a new ad set. So here you can either create a new campaign or use the existing. Obviously we're using our test clicks to website, so this is going to be a test ad set. We click create there, and here's where we start entering some information. So we set our budget. Whatever you're comfortable with your budget being, I'm just going to leave it at the default $10 per day. You can set it as a lifetime budget if you're only going to run it, say you're running it for 5 days, and you're going to spend $100 in those 5 days, so $20 a day. Facebook will optimize for that lifetime budget. I typically set everything to per day. I keep an eye on it, and I adjust it. That way I have some control over my ad spend. Because honestly, I don't trust Facebook. Even though they have a good ad platform, I want to be in control of my ad spend. So down here, schedule start time. That time's going to be automatic for when you added this campaign. So you can see here, 3:24 Eastern time. That's where I'm at today, May 28th. If, say for instance, you didn't want this to start until tomorrow or the weekend, you can change that, which I've done in the past. That way it goes through the review process, gets approved, and then starts running on the day and time that you schedule it to. Okay? So we're going to keep scrolling down. By now you've probably noticed it's vaguely familiar to Ads Manager, so we need to set our audience. You actually have to click the Edit Audience button, and this is going to look exactly like Ads Manager, where you input your demographic information, your interests, and here again you can add your website custom audiences or your saved target group. So remember, earlier in the course we did a little test with Audience Insights and motorcycle peeps. So say I want to target to them, I'll just pull up that saved target group that I labeled motorcycle. If I want to change the age range that I target it to, do that right here. Let's change that up. Oh, 22 to 22, that's probably not going to get me too many people. So let's go 25 to 55. And scroll back up and you'll see that 1.1 million potential reach, dropped down to 880,000 potential reach, and it brought in those interests that I found in Audience Insights already. I click save, so that's going to save my audience. And here's where it gets a little handy and a little more robust than Ads Manager. So let's do a mobile ad. So I'm going to take Audience Network, I'm going to take the right column and the desktop newsfeed, and I'm just going to leave mobile newsfeed on there. Now, this is pretty nice. You can actually target specific operating systems of mobile devices. So if you know your audience is, say they're iPhone or Apple users, then you can send your ad, your mobile ad, directly to iOS devices only. So people such as myself that use Android devices are not going to see your ads. So that could come in very handy, and vice versa. If you know your audience mainly uses Android devices, you can set that. I will say that this is a popular testing method since a lot of people do have, say, iPads, iPhones. You can target that again. I'm going to mention this again, split test everything you try. If you lump it all together, you're never really going to know what's working the best. So this would be one of those things where I would set up 2 ad sets, one to iOS and one to Android. Another thing that I have done in the past, and I still do, is if I'm actually promoting a product I want somebody to purchase, as opposed to a lead magnet or an email opt-in, I will check the only when connected to Wi-Fi button. People tend to be more comfortable purchasing over their phone, say if they're sitting in their house where they're connected to their home Wi-Fi or a secure Wi-Fi network. So that'll deliver it to just people that are connected to Wi-Fi, as opposed to if it's unchecked, it's going to be delivered to everyone that's on, the regular cellular data network or a Wi-Fi network. Okay? And scroll down. This is, again, set default. We're doing a click to website campaign. That will stay there. So as you can see already, this is part of the reason I prefer Power Editor over Ads Manager. In Ads Manager, you don't have the same option. So that really can help your targeting depending on what type of product or service you're promoting. The other thing that comes in handy is, you've heard me mention it a ton, split testing. So now that I have this ad set within this campaign, and I'm set it up for a mobile ad right here, mobile newsfeed. I want to split test with desktop newsfeed, the same audience. So within this ad set, I'm going to now click the duplicate button. We're going to keep it within the same campaign, so it's still a click to website campaign. You'll notice Facebook automatically numbers it, so you can kind of keep track of which ad is which. But what I actually do is I will rename this, say DT, test ad set DT for desktop. And since this is our mobile one, I'll abbreviate MOB for mobile. That way, whenever I'm looking at these, I can easily see which is which. Now, since we duplicated the mobile ad set, this is going to be set to deliver on mobile newsfeed. So you need to make sure to come down to placement, and if you're split testing between mobile and desktop newsfeed, you need to check desktop newsfeed and uncheck mobile newsfeed. You'll still see it's clicks to website. It's brought in our interests and our ages, so you don't have to change any of that. So that's how quick and easy that is to set up two ad sets. Most likely you'll probably run the same ad to both. So let's make a quick ad here real quick. So let's do the mobile one. Mobad 1. Create. Okay. You'll notice here in the preview you get some invalid error messages. Well, obviously we have not actually input an image or anything, so there's nothing there yet. So let's do my lead magnet opt-in, your URL you want to promote. So we'll come grab our URL. And just like an ads manager, Facebook is going to pull from that website a default image and information. Remember our 20% text rule, that's not going to fly. So we're going to need to scroll down a little bit and actually select our image, our ad image. So we'll select the one that we've used previously and come back up here in our preview and we'll see it's put there. Okay, so here in Power Editor you can change the display URL, which is this right here, if you would like. It still needs to relate to the page you're sending it to. Like I could not change my display URL to espn.com. That is not relevant and Facebook will flag that. Okay, here's where you enter your text about what you're promoting. That will go at the top. This is the headline. Top 30 tools. That goes right below the image. And now here's your newsfeed link description. That gives you a little more area to put stuff in. Now on mobile, you're limited. It'll cut you off. So you kind of want to test with what you put there. Your call to action and your information will go above. So that's going to be your text right here. And same as Ad Manager, on a click to website, you have the option to add your call to action button. Do not forget this step. They're giving you that call to action button to use, so use it. So let's add the sign up button there. Okay, and there you see have the sign up button, and that's our mobile newsfeed ad, the way it's going to look. Okay, now I mentioned previously I'd talk about URL tags. This is if you're looking at your Google Analytics on your website, or say it's a t-shirt campaign on Teespring and you want to determine where your hits are most coming from. The easiest way to do that is to add some URL tags. And so what I'll do is use either K or KW, it stands for keyword, the equals sign. And so since this is a mobile clicks to website ad, I will name it CTW for click to website and M for mobile. So whenever I'm looking at my analytics and I see my URL right here followed by this URL tag that I have added to it, then I'm going to know that those hits are coming from this ad as opposed to somebody just randomly landing on my email opt-in. Or if I'm running a campaign with Google AdWords or Bing ads, I want to know where those hits and where those conversions are coming from. So that's what these URL tags let you gauge where your traffic's coming from, so you know, okay, I'm getting more hits from my Facebook ad, maybe I need to increase my Facebook ad spend a little bit. Or, you know what, my Google is performing better than Facebook, so maybe I'll reduce my ad spend on Facebook. But without adding that, you're not going to know where those hits are coming from. So very important. This can be anything. Like I said, sometimes I use just the letter K instead of KW. So click to website and M. If this was a page post engagement, I might just use the letter P for page post and M for mobile. So let's leave that CTWM. And again, you're going to add your conversion pixel. And here will be your list of conversion pixels to choose from. And there we have our mobile ad. But now, remember, we need one for the desktop ad set we made. Well, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can just come up here, click the duplicate button. Now, this is where you need to change the ad set. So we want this to be attached to our desktop ad set, not our mobile one. So we'll create that. And Facebook has automatically duplicated that ad, attached, and we've now attached it to our desktop ad set. So we need to rename this. It's not our mobile ad anymore, it's our desktop ad. But that's all we need to change. Everything else gets carried over. Our headline, our default URL, the text that we enter will show above here. Our sign up button, call to action, is already there. The pixel, if we've attached a pixel, will already automatically be put up there. And you'll notice the URL tag is pulled from the mobile ad. This we need to change because people that come from this ad are going to be coming from a desktop ad, not a mobile ad. So all I'll do with this one is just change that M to a D. Again, whenever I look at my analytics, I'll know that, you know what, more hits are coming from the desktop ad as opposed to the mobile ad. Okay, now that we have our ad set up, we have our campaign and ad sets how we like them, the last thing you need to do is come up here and actually click upload changes. This is how it gets sent to your ads manager and then put into the review process. There is no place order button in Power Editor. You need to click upload changes and continue, and then Facebook will upload those. It'll let you know when it's done, and then once you click and go back to Ads Manager, you will see your newly created campaigns, ad sets, and ads in Ads Manager under review, just as you would if you had done it through Ads Manager. So very important step, make sure you upload your changes. So hopefully you're starting to see kind of the power of Power Editor and how it really is not that difficult to use, and it really does open up you to some other options. It will save you time in split testing your ads. I mean, it still will take you a little time to build out your campaigns and ad sets, but it's definitely a lot quicker than Ads Manager. So I'd recommend, one, getting familiar with Ads Manager. That way you know the kind of information you're wanting to input, but really dive into Power Editor. The only way you're going to get used to building campaigns and ad sets is by using Power Editor. And the only way you're going to really have effective campaigns is if you're split testing, determining which campaigns, ad sets, and ads are most effective. And the easiest and quickest way to do that is going to be setting these up with Power Editor. So I know that was quite a bit, a nice lesson, and you're probably going to have some questions. So as with any lesson we've covered so far, ask me. I'm here to help. I want to make sure that you're understanding this. That way you get the most out of the course, but more importantly, get the most out of your Facebook ad campaigns. So thanks for hanging in there with me on the lesson on Power Editor, and let's keep moving on. We'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.